What's up guys, Phoenix here. This video is going to be another YGOpro Duel video, and this time I'm going to be trying to play with the Ritual Beast deck featuring the new card, Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda, and hopefully going to be doing that on the Checkmate server where there is a ranking system in place. At least it seems to be. There seems to be a ranking system in place for an OCG card pool, and that's actually really cool. But this is a build that I just threw together really quickly. It seems like something that's interesting, you know, implementing Brain Research Lab because Winda is in the deck. Seems pretty alright. I think Winda is ultimately just a one-of. The problem with this card is that it doesn't solve any of the problems that the deck is currently facing. And it's basically just like a Gem Knight Garnet. It does have some cool applications, but 99% of the time it's literally a vanilla that just has a really cool name and like a really cool level. Because ultimately being a level 4 is honestly the most like relevant part about it, as well as the fact that its name is Spiritual Beast Tamer, so it counts as both. But ultimately, I think it might just be a one-of because you want to access it through your like regular Kanahawk and Rampengu plays off of Win or Elder, but you don't really want to draw multiples of it. At least in my opinion, at this current point in time, you don't want to draw multiples of it. It might just be a 3-of. Who the fuck knows? It might be a 3-of, and then you play like 2 Brain Research Lab and 2 Terraforming, just so you can open with like Winda plus any of your other Tamers or any of your Spiritual Beasts, and like that would just be a play. But ultimately, I think the deck like doesn't really gain anything major from this card other than some cool new little tactics that doesn't really solve the problem the deck has of getting out of the early game. But anyway, enough of this. I'm just going to jump straight into the game, and hopefully we can do something interesting with this card. Maybe. Can't make any guarantees on that one. Alright, the dream is dead. Apparently I can't play on the Checkmate server with this Ritual Beast deck because the card has to physically be released in the OCG for it to be legal to play on the Checkmate server, because it's an OCG card pooled thing. So there's that. But this hand is amazing because it's Brain Research Lab, Rampengu, and Laura. Whoa. Alright. Well, actually, let's see. I could actually, instead of playing the D-Fisher first, I can summon Rampengu and put another thing in grave and then Laura it back. Or I could just go ahead and just do the bog standard stuff. So I think it's actually just better to do the D-Fisher first, 100%. Because that means you play around Valor, you play around all these different things. But so we'll normal summon this, then we'll normal summon the Laura with our additional normal summon. And so now we basically just have Elder Kanahawk, except we don't have the Kanahawk, because Ulti Kanahawk is at 1, so you can't really get away with that. But so we'll banish this, and that banishes a Paleo. And so what I'll be able to do now is go into Kanahawk here and search Steed's Ambush, and then have Emptiness backing it up as well. And I can also set up a, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to target this and this to go into grave, and then I'm going to tag out into the Rampengu. And then I'll be able to send Winda so that that's set up as well. Really? Lost connection. Damn it, man. I opened amazing! Fuck. I'm getting really tired of your shit, DevPro Unranked. Getting really tired of it. Because I've been trying to film a video for legitimately hours. And all of you keep leaving! As soon as I start to resolve a first turn play, you all keep leaving. And it's pissing me off to no end. I thought I had found my safe haven in the form of the Checkmate server. Turns out that's been stripped away from me. So fuck. Ugh. Alright, well this hand is kind of cool if I was going first, but as it stands now, it could be decent going second. E-Call? Nah, it's not going to be decent going second at all. I'm playing against heroes. Alright. Hopefully it's something like decent, in terms of like decent heroes. I mean, at least his deck size is a reasonable count. So there's that. Shadow Mist is being normal summoned, which means he probably already has Mask Change. Which means it's gonna suck for me, but actually that means I can Solemn Strike the Dark Law, and I can Anti-Spell Fragrance him next turn so that he can't do anything else cheeky, like another E-Call or anything like that, because this deck does have a lot of spells in it, unless he's just setting them for no apparent reason. That's another Anti-Spell, alright. Well, so what we'll do here is we'll summon Kanahawk, and we'll use its effect to try and banish Winda, simply because that allows rank 4 access. So like the card is pretty important for that, but otherwise because like banishing Winda allows Ambush to be live if Kanahawk dies, and that's actually pretty damn important. The fact that his deck is Dark Law deck doesn't necessarily matter that much, because I mean you can just kind of outpace it in terms of control, as well as like when they trigger it, you can Solemn Strike it, or like if you want to trigger the Dark Law, you can Solemn Strike it. There's stuff like that. There's little intricacies that go into it, but I have Conahawk 5 traps, and only one of them is actually real. The anti-spell could be real, but there's duplicates of it, so it is just kind of dead-ish. I don't know, mate. Where's Winda? There she is. Winda is there, so now what this means is I get to go set 1, set 2. In fact, I want to force this mass change before I set any more cards. I want to force the mass change if he has it. If he doesn't have it, then he doesn't have it. That's the play we're going with. Better have it. Because if I attack here, that means like if I force the mask change, that means if he doesn't have access to a second one, that means I'm not going to get blown out by like Masked Hero Acid, because that could be a thing. I'd have to Solemn Strike the Acid, if anything. Oh, he's going into Anki, not even going into Dark Law. All right. Interesting, interessante, as they may say. But let's see. This can kill Conahawk, which I'm fine with that. 100% fine. No, I do not want to replay that battle. So we'll go back and we'll set this strike. We'll set anti-spell, and then we'll set ambush. I'm trying to do it in no specific order, so that they're not like lined up next to each other. And I think I've done that rather well. So we'll go to in phase, and I will draw phase this anti-spell, and or at least one of them. I'll draw phase one of the anti-spells. If he has Twin Twister and he plays it and he targets cards that are not the other anti-spell, then I will just flip the other anti-spell. Seems pretty simple and straightforward, right? Twin Twister. It's almost like I'm a prophet, because every time I start talking about Twin Twister on anti-spell, it just fucking happens. Alright, so... And he's targeting the other anti-spell! Fuck me! Oh, shit! I should have flipped that anti-spell first, because that was the card in the center. That was the card I set first. A little bit of DevPro error on my own part. You know, IRL, you get to literally just pick up all 5 cards, shuffle them face down, and then put them face down. But, like, you don't get that ability on DevPro, or on any online simulator for that factor. I mean, you get the random card placing thing, but still, your opponent can just track which one you set first. It doesn't change a single thing. But, okay, so Mask Charge, adding the Shadow Mist and the Mass Change back. Alright, I can respect that to a degree, but I don't think I'm actually too worried about it. Let's see. Anki is going to attack Conahawk, and from there, this just has to be destroyed, right? Yeah, it doesn't have to hit Graveyard, so that's very key here. It's very neat, is that I can allow this to die, and then that will allow me to ambush, which would get these back. I can actually strike this Anki. I think I'm actually going to, strangely enough. I just don't want him to have more Mask Change cards, because those are what's going to end my life, end my career. But otherwise, I'm okay with this. So from that, if only Conahawk wasn't small as fuck. Like, that's the thing. Conahawk is tiny. Now, I know he has another Mass Change in his hand. That's something I'm not too worried about. Honestly, actually, it's just better for me to not ambush here, because if I wait for him to do Mass Change into something like Dark Law, then that means that I can ambush and block one of the attacks. Potentially. But it's probably not going to be best to do that either, because he could just go straight into another Anki, because Dark Law doesn't really benefit him in this matchup. Anki being like more damage is just better, but he is going for Dark Law. Okay, well, he's going to use this to hit me for 24. I'm going to be able to ambush in the end phase for Winda and Conahawk, which means that next turn I can just immediately go into Lightning Chidori. Lightning Chidori, and then I can have this ambush just for backup, and then also depending on what my normal summon is. If my normal summon is something like Laura, then that actually is just really good as well. Laura, Pilica, Win, any of those cards. Oh no, Win wouldn't be that great, because it's going to go into the graveyard. Well, actually no, it would go into the Banish Zone. Oh fuck, I didn't hold down I didn't hold down A to use my ambush. Alright, well, we can just use it now. I did not hold it down. Should have done it in the end phase. And we're not holding it down for the underground. We're not doing it. This is a problem. I got on a tangent. And, oh, well, I get to now activate the other one because you negated the activation. Free! Free! Let's do it! Yeah! Alright. So now this gets summoned, this gets summoned. I can activate this effect to banish a card in the form of probably a Paleo, to be completely real. Paleo just seems to be the strongest one that I'm able to tag out into, just because it starts banishing. Well, no, my ambushes are banished, in fact. Now that we actually take some time to think about it, stop and think about it. What was the card he added to his hand? Another Bubble Man? I believe they were another Bubble Man. It was another Bubble Man. So this gets to attack over Dark Law. It's unaffected by card effects when it attacks. So unless this is something like Phantom Knight's Sword, I'm not worried about it. And then that'll be fine. So this dies. And then I get to set Emptiness and pass my fucking turn because I'm a plebeian. I am a plebeian. I did not activate my ambush in the proper turn that it was needed. Whoops. That's all I can say, is whoops. That's all I can say. There's nothing else I can do about it. I'm going to hold down A so that I can activate Emptiness or Peleo at any given point. Okay, does this turn to defense mode, period? What the fuck? No. It's not check the field. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain Emptiness here to the Goblinberg. And so, because it's going to change the defense position regardless, because it activated its effect. And so I'm going to tag out into Paleo Conahawk, or not Paleo Conahawk, Winda Conahawk. I can't speak straight because I'm so angry that I've actually been sitting here for hours trying to film. I've been sitting here for so fucking long. So in phase, good. So now we just play the Beats game. The Beats by Dre game. So to attack mode, and then to attack mode, and I think I just win off principle. I don't think there's anything in the deck other than, no, there's nothing in the deck that I can think of that is a normal summon that is bigger than these, unless he's playing something like Diamond Dude, which crashes with Conahawk, and things like that. But so we'll get Elder, just to get another name in circulation. And then from here, we'll just attack and attack, and we're just gonna play this. We're gonna play this Buster beatdown game of just emptiness. This game is far from entertaining. I think that it's far from entertaining. I think this game is farthest from entertaining that it could have possibly been. But hey, man, you guys wanted. Oh. Okay, well, that's actually not a problem. Next turn, I get a Peleo. And a Peleo is bigger than everything in his deck, guaranteed, under emptiness. So, there is that. I don't necessarily care. I don't think there's any normal summon that kills me. Yeah, Bubble Man. Cool. Cool, man. Bubble Man. Shit. He's going to poke me for 8. I'm going to normal summon a Peleo next turn and poke him for like 1,000. It's pretty simple. Drowning Mirror Force. Fuck me, right? You guys want live games, but I just can't handle it. I can't handle this level of nonsense. That's strike. That's dead. I'm not setting that card. That card's dead. That Elder is coming to me next turn. I get to normal summon this. I get to attack over Le Bubble Man. Man, I'm so glad Konami is taking such a proactive stance against fucking Floodgates. Kaiser is banned, but Emptiness is at 1. Anti-Spell is at 3. Proactive stance against Floodgates, my ass. I'm really trying to figure out what he could top deck to win the game. He could definitely draw Raigeki, but Raigeki would just kill this and kill Emptiness, and then he has to have a monster to normal summon to kill me, because I am really low, so there is that. But otherwise, I don't see anything him doing killing me other than specifically outing my monster, and then monster summoning. Yeah, that word. Those words. So I can summon Elder, but that seems ridiculous. Why would I do this? Why would I do such a thing? I could put it out there to die, but let's not. Let's just not. This is the way of the cookie and how it crumbles. But I've got a lot of cards to his 1, but I'm still incredibly low, and yeah, that's a problem. The fact that I'm as low as I am means that I'm on much more significant of a timer than he is to be able to play the game. Okay, cool. No monster. That means that I can actually do something here. I'm going to activate this Gold Sark. Oh, fuck. That turns off the emptiness. Wait, no. That turns off the emptiness. That's the first card I've drawn in turns that turns off the emptiness. Which is fan-fucking-tastic. I'm going to banish Conahawk because my 1 got Drowning Mirror forced. So, that means I get to go Elder, and I can do the... I can do the things now. I can do the thongs, the things, the thingy thongs. So this will allow me to search here, and so I can actually just end his life this turn, which is neat, definitely. But I don't really feel too good about this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna target those 2, and I'm going to tag Conahawk out into those cards. Into Elder and Conahawk, because that means I get to put Winda back out there as well. Yeah. But first things first, I'm going to grab Zephyr Pilica, and then off my next search I'm going to grab Bond, because this is just easy. This is just easy game, because I have another normal summon. So we'll do these. I didn't even activate its effect, because it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually matter one singular bit. Because I'm just going to put this and Ambush back in grave, and then I'm going to use Pilica, Special Apelio, and then I'm going to have Bond be the game ender if anything else comes into play. But actually, it should be game without Bond, 100%. So yeah, normal summon, don't activate. Fuck, that would have been terrible. But Zephyr Pilica gets this back. Win leaving this banished would have actually been more damage, but doesn't matter. This just seems better. Well, that doesn't seem better. The win play is actually just 100% better. But for this, this just seems like just as ideal as the other one because my opponent's low enough. Because it's actually like I think it's game through 8,000 either way. Because this is 15, 23, which is 37, and then that's 46, 56 plus the guy Peleo that the Bond would go into. So yeah, it's game either way through 8,000, whether it's win or not, and he's not even at 8,000, so easy. It ain't easy being cheesy. This is a 16-minute long video, or excuse me, not even 16-minute long video, 16-minute long game. We haven't even factored in the deck editing, the deck list part of the video, of like almost nothing happening, and that makes me sad. That makes me extremely sad, and that's not something that I am enjoying. And I really hate that I have to resort to this kind of video, but I have been sitting here for an hour and a half trying to find games to play of people that do not leave because the Checkmate server doesn't let me play Winda. So, yeah, that's ultimately how it goes for me. I'm going to be probably just transitioning over to playing decks that are actually, you know, at least OCG legal. Go away, Sea Cleaner. Nobody wants you in here. So yeah, I'm probably just going to transition over into that so that I can at least stay on Checkmate server and at least be in a ranking pool where people are not, you know, or people are encouraged not to leave. So other than that, sorry for this slog of a video. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to all the nonsense you usually do. Links are in the description to all that shit that you always know about. If you want to check it out, that's what it's there for. If you like the video, I don't know how, but if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know some people that might like my content as well, I encourage you to share some of my other videos around. Definitely not this one. Maybe encourage them to subscribe as well. Helping the channel grow is the best way to show your support, as I've already said many times in the past, and it just overall encourages different sort of content, maybe. Who knows? I don't fucking know anymore. I'm just angry and, like, I want a good simulator to play on. I really miss Dueling Network, because DevPro, I fucking hate it. I absolutely hate DevPro and YGOpro because it's all automated and people are absolutely garbage in a lot of cases. Sometimes you come across those gems of good players, but other times, like, it's just so hard. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Rant over. As always, take care.